and welcome to this week's episode of Food from Fiction. We are going to make chicken yakitori from the convenience store woman. If you haven't read this book, I'm not going to give you the spoilers on how chicken yakitori is involved. So you should read it and then you'll be like, really, Bryn? And you'll be delighted. It's a Japanese book that's been translated into like 20 plus languages, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I enjoyed it, and but you could definitely feel that the cadence of the language, which had been translated, was super different than American. So you know. Also, this is going to be a bit of an experiment because the recipe that I used wanted me to cook outside since that's how you're supposed to do this. However, it's windy, so we're using the broiler. And I didn't remember to get the right kind of vinegar, so I'm using homemade vinegar because it's less strong. Anyways, so we have to make our sauce first. I have water, soy sauce, very slow pouring anticlimactic soy sauce here. Right. We have some minced ginger, which I think I minced too much of, but you know what, that's kind of the name of the game today. Cornstarch, obviously is a thickening agent. Okay, what else do we need? We need ginger. No, we did ginger. We need garlic. We need vinegar. The recipe wants you to use rice vinegar and mirin, but again, somebody didn't go to the grocery store, so shame all over them. And then lastly, brown sugar. So you can see my counter is a little bit crazy today because my breakfast project, this beautiful loaf, is also taking up much needed space, but oh well. All right, and now we heat this up. Whisking it, and then you want it to bring it to a boil, and then because that's what helps the cornstarch actually thicken the sauce. This is another surprise recipe. It's a surprise for you, it's a surprise for me because I've never made this. So you're seeing it in real time. I have a bunch of chicken and I'm going to cut it up so that I can stab it onto my skewers. You're supposed to do this over smoke, flame, something that I'm not using. That's okay. This is another, so the convenience store woman is another example of a book that I had not read until I was researching books that had food in them rather than just discovering them on my own. And it is just jammed packed with food references, but so little of the food is being eaten. I don't know. I guess that's interesting. And, well, this seemed like the most likely candidate of things I could actually make without blowing up the kitchen. So here we are. Okay, so next we're going to put all the chicken on skewers, salt and pepper them, put a little bit of oil down on our broiling sheets because we don't want it to stick. And hopefully by that time, our sauce will have thickened up a bit, come to a boil, and then we'll be on to the next step. Okay, our chicken is ready. Our sauce went from like watery, runny to thick gloop in no time. That was exciting. I should have showed it to you. Oh well. Now we're just going to brush all of the chicken with some of the sauce. I do really recommend reading Convenience Store Woman. It was really an entertaining read, but I can't also, in all honesty, say that I particularly enjoyed it. So, I think some of it was because the main character, whose name I can't remember, kind of reminded me of Eleanor Oliphant, who I absolutely cannot stand. Spoilers. So interpret that, both of those statements, as you will. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll figure this out, how to flip them over. Okay, so I don't really know how long one cooks chicken in the broiler because this is also something I have never done, so yay for us. Okay, now we're good to go. I got too excited earlier. I guess I'll just play around with cooking times and then I'll bring it out and show you hopefully how delicious it looks. Okay, I ended up cooking them for like 12-ish minutes, maybe. And I made an ungodly mess, so I thought you would like to watch that part happen next. I am going to take the chicken off the skewers, put more sauce, not the sauce that's contaminated with raw chicken, don't worry, and then sprinkle sesame seeds on them. And hopefully by that point, one of them, some piece will have cooled enough that it's safe for me to actually eat in front of you. Yeah, this is the way I've chosen to do it. This is a very big mess, so I'm sure other people have better solutions. I think if you do this, the way you're supposed to on a grill, that it would also caramelize, the sauce would caramelize better, and you'd get some nice char to the chicken. So, yet another thing we're missing from ours, but oh well. Okay, new paintbrush. I guess we'll just... I did try the sauce and it's really good. Maybe I shouldn't have used vinegar that was flavored with basil, but other than that. Okay, one mess finished. And of course my phone is ringing at the same time. So, sorry whoever that is, you're just gonna have to wait. Sesame seeds! Because this program wouldn't be exciting if there wasn't some chaos and mayhem. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's delicious. You should make this. You should read Convenience Store Woman and make this. I don't think I'm going to share with my housemates. Hope you enjoyed this wonky episode, as all our episodes are. Food from Fiction, Convenience Store Woman. It's a book. Read it. But the chicken, absolutely make this. And... if you haven't seen the ads for the Love Your Library campaign, check them out. Focal is having a bookmark making competition. Enter. We also have a blind date with a book going, even though we're virtual. So check out the usual library programs and see you guys next week.